Fuck off. Welcome to the stream, everybody. All right, let me... Okay, now I am recording locally, and I think we're good. Hi! Hello, everybody! Oh my gosh! Welcome back to another episode of Mistress of Modules! I am so excited to close out the experiments of Dr. Skulldial with you all. So for anybody who's new here, this is the second part, 2 out of 2 parts of the experiments of Dr. Skulldial, which was written by Jen Vaughn. It is a new module, freshly up on the DM's Guild. So if you like what you're listening to, if you liked last week, if you liked this week, please go on over to the DM's Guild, look up the experiments of Dr. Skulldial, and get a copy and leave a nice rating and review for Jen, who is super talented, super lovely, and deserves all of your stars. So yeah, that's kind of my spiel. But before I get into more about the channel, let's go around the table and see who we're playing with again today. So Scraticus, who are you and who's your character?
Oh hi, I'm Scraticus. I full-time D&D streamer, and I'm playing Falk. Falk is a half-orc sorc, who's very, very good at burning things down, very, very good at damaging things, but very, very flimsy. And but also quite jovial with it all. He's probably evil, but you know, he's got a nice smile.
Yes, and Lisa, how about you?
I am Lisa Chen. You might know me as @MercifulDM on Twitter. I am a Dungeons & Dragons writer and also a community manager for the D&D Adventurers League and the Dungeon Masters Guild. I also play in a little show Friday nights on the D&D Twitch called Tales from the Mists. And today I am playing a zebra centaur named Zizix, who is scared of little things and people.
Yes, and Gnome, what about you?
It really doesn't get old. Like,
No.
I just love it a lot. Well, hello, my name is Gnome, and I do all sorts of TTRPG things on the internet. And tonight, I am playing Zershel, who is a goblin rogue who deals in secret scandals and soisons. It's like poisons, but with an S. The better the coin, the better the scandal, the better the soison. Excited to be here.
Yes, and Eric, how about you?
First of all, Gnome, you last streaming, you did all of your your actual D&D stuff in your Zershel voice. So by the end of it, I was like, does Gnome sound like that?
Is this real?
Was I just not paying attention?
Yeah, that is my normal voice. It's fine. I try to blend in, and sometimes it slips.
I used all my time. I can't say anymore. Hi, I am Eric Silver. I am the Dungeon Master of Join the Party, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. I am also the host of Horse, which is a basketball podcast, which I promise is very good. And I'm a part of Multitude, which is a podcast collective of awesome people talking about awesome things and being critical of them sometimes. But today, for my second stream ever, I am playing Candleless Leather, aka Can, a fast-talking and not much substance there, halfling, who had a secret inheritance somewhere in the lab, who turned out to be a robo-son. So it's very good.
His robot boy tank. Yes, so that is our party today, and my name is Celeste Konowich. I am going to be your dungeon mistress, guiding you through this crazy laboratory. And this channel right here, this is Nerd Immersion. So first off, I want to say we are sponsored by a couple amazing folks. Initiative Coffee Company. If you haven't heard of them, they make nerd-themed coffees, and they are very, very good. So if you look below in our Twitch thing, there is a coupon there where you can get $2 off any of your orders, purchases from them. So check out Initiative Coffee Co. We're also sponsored by Elderwood Academy. I did pull out their box, but I have lost it. Elderwood Academy. They make amazing dice products, accessories that are all handcrafted and absolutely beautiful. So again, on our Twitch page, there is a link right there below. If you buy anything from that website there, you get a discount, and then also Nerd Immersion gets some street cred, and it's really cool. So check out Elderwood Academy. Also, you lovely players, you can donate directly to our channel to influence the game. You'll see down there that there is a reliquary bar that every donation that fills up a little bit more, and once we hit that bar, weird things happen and happen in game. They can be weird, they can be good, they can be bad, they can be pizza rain, the world can turn into a musical, everybody can be blessed for like 48 hours. There's all kinds of crazy shit. So donate to us, make things happen. All right, I think that's it. So I guess I'll give a quick little recap of what we did last time, and then we'll dive right in. Okay, so we all showed up because we all won golden test tubes! Yay! And these golden test tubes, very Willy Wonka style, allowed you all to get a tour of Dr. Skulldial's lab. Now, this is a huge deal because nobody is really allowed in this lab, and Dr. Skulldial is like this infamous scientist who comes up with all of these crazy inventions and is constantly just like blowing people's minds. So we all traveled inside. We spent some time figuring out a puzzle of putting a skull on a sundial to get further into the lab. Meanwhile, we were all being escorted by Dr. Skulldial's homunculus assistant named Inky, who was just so excited to have you all there after figuring out...
Never trusted this tiny
Me, my
assistant.
best friend, Inky.
Yeah, the best friend of the party, everybody's best friend, Inky, led you deeper and deeper into the lab until you came to this point where you saw Dr. Skulldial's desk, some notes. You figured out that you had to collect 2 different ingredients to finish Dr. Skulldial's experiments. The party has completed one of these puzzles, and now we are faced with the other puzzle.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we're in a room with trees.
with all the trees.
Exactly. So
Shit.
I believe it was
I
Fork.
have a cut in my hand. It
Yeah,
hurts.
I think it was Fork and Can who managed to figure out the first room where you had to cauterize some blood. And now we have Zizix and Zershul dealing with our second room here. So just to kind of summarize everything that we saw here last time. So this was a square room, and in each corner of the room there had been a different looking tree. And each of the trees had some kind of elemental detail about them. So one tree has very autumny kind of leaves, and there's a pool of lava at the base of this tree. One tree is chilly and snowy. It's got bare twigs or bare branches, and it's encased completely in ice.
Sorry.
No worries.
Car just went by.
So one has spring blooms on it and this really, really green sap oozing out of the trunk. And then the last tree is completely black, and it is struck from the ceiling by intermittent bolts of lightning. And so that is where you are standing now with these 4 trees surrounding you.
Perhaps we need to collect something from each of the trees and then place it so that it can be struck by lightning, I suppose, at the 4th tree.
That's better than anything I could have thought of.
Okay. Let's see. I'm a barbarian. What do I have to help with? Zershul. I know we might not have gotten along this whole time, my being afraid of you.
Wait, you were... What?
But perhaps you would like the honor of collecting this lava. I'll kind of use my great axe and kind of just poke you towards the lava tree.
I pat myself down. I'm trying to find maybe a poison vial and dump out the poison.
Yeah, you could definitely do so.
Very carefully going to dip just a little bit of the glass into the lava.
Yeah, the glass melts immediately, and your hand just gets really hot, and you definitely lose the vial, as just this lava is just too hot to be contained.
No, that's not gonna work.
Maybe we should start with the other ones. There was sap,
We're
and
gonna
it
have
was.
to do this anyways.
Oh,
That looks easy.
Was there a tree in the center of it? It was just the 4 trees.
Just the 4
What
trees.
was it? The winter tree.
So the winter tree is like a dead tree that's encased in ice.
Oh. Okay, so no on the lava. What if we took some of the ice and put it in the lava? Then maybe it will cool it down.
Or we take... Oh, well, we could definitely try that. Can you break some ice?
Yeah, I'm going to use my axe and I'm going to chop at the winter tree.
Okay.
Try to get some ice off of it.
All right, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Why?
Oh no.
It's a good question. Why?
Is this something I can see happening?
The it's more of a it's fine. It's just to see how well you can do this. The ice is a lot thicker than you thought it was, and has some potential for shattering.
Okay. I got a 7.
Okay. So as you do so, like you were not prepared at all for this ice to be this difficult or hard. So it shatters outwards, and these glass, like almost shards, like come flying towards you and just pepper your face and like chest. So you are going to go ahead and take 3 piercing damage as you are unsuccessful in trying to like get a solid piece of this tree.
There are shards in my face though now, right? I'm gonna take those out and I'm gonna put them in the lava.
All right, and they
I've
melt.
accomplished our task. More so than Zershel did.
And the ice pieces melt as they get very hot, but it is not going to be enough to get rid of this pool that's surrounding the base of this tree.
We perhaps need a bigger chunk.
What was the other tree? You've got the lightning tree,
there's
the ice, the lava.
There's like kind of the spring tree, with that really, really green oozy sap.
We're gonna die in this room. The other team's like, oh, look, a little cut. Yeah, done. We're gonna die.
At this moment, you hear Can go, fork my arm. No.
Oh, good. They're having a great time too.
Why you do me like this?
I have an herbalism kit, which maybe has like little vials and stuff for storing little bits of plants. So I'm gonna try to collect some of the sap.
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead and give me a dexterity check as you do this.
What? Why?
because this room is mean.
Number.
No.
Okay, let me roll something real quick here. All right, so as you try and you're collecting some of this sap, it just, you're like slipping the vial wrong or something, and just some acid coats like your fingers, and you begin to smell sizzling flesh as it immediately hits you. You're gonna take 1 point of acid damage.
What if we...
I think these trees are cursed.
I agree. What if we just collect the leaves? Not the stuff?
Perhaps, but only 2 of the trees have leaves.
So
the spring tree and the autumn tree. We could maybe collect bark. Although the winter tree is covered in ice, which is invincible.
This hurts my brain.
I think
so
much. I know. I feel like I was so close to doing something right, but I just didn't. But let's see. So maybe I can do this a sort of different way. I have a tinder box. Mm-hmm. I would like to light a little fire next to the winter tree to loosen some of the invincible ice first.
Absolutely. And as you do this and you get this going, in true fashion, burning things always helps. And you do begin to see a patch of ice melt away on the edge of this tree, leaving this very prone, nice circle of bark there for the taking.
Oh, okay. Well, I will, I'll take the ice, and there's some bark if you want to harvest bark from this tree now.
Okay, I will go ahead and attempt to, with my dagger, get some bark.
Yeah, and now that the ice is gone, the danger has gone. I will not make you make a check, and you can easily chip away some of this bark.
That was easy. All right, on to the next. And let's do the sap. How much sap is covered in that?
It's a pretty significant amount of sap just leaking out of the pores of this tree. You can go ahead and try to harvest. I will just need you to make a dexterity check for me.
I might be okay with that. Might. With my roguey sleight of handness.
If you would like to use your sleight of hand specifically, I will let you make a sleight of hand check.
Could I use sleight of hand?
Yeah.
That'll be significantly better.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, let's try to get some of this sappy bark.
In the backgrounds is
Oh god, that's a fallen dice off the table.
It's so scary. In the background, Zizix just drops the circle of ice in the lava and just looks at it.
It slowly melts. It's very sad.
Damn it. Zizix is really upset.
12.
Okay.
I rolled so poorly.
That will be just enough. So go ahead. And you manage to get a piece of this sticky kind of, and the bark really just sloughs off. It's like its own acid is like just burning through the bark, so you are able to scoop some of that in. So you've collected 2 out of 4.
All right. You might have better luck with the fire. You're taller.
I have dealt with the lava with my giant piece of ice. I think it's room temperature maybe, but just in case, the lava is just around like the base of the tree, right?
So you could reach over the lava.
No, I want to use my magic item.
Okay, do it.
All right. Zizix unstraps from her back a broom, and sorry, I find this really funny. Her zebra feet straddle this broom of flying.
Yes. Oh, it's so awkward.
She's like trying to hold on to the broom as she flies up into the air and tries to knock some bark off from the top of the tree. I only did this because I thought it would be really funny to imagine.
Zershal is speechless, mouth agape, just watching what is happening. Like,
you're right, I am well equipped for this task.
Yes, and as you just fly over that lava, I'm gonna go ahead and give you that. You definitely get some of that bark as you're hovering in the air, just over this. And the room isn't very large, so you're just sort of kind of.
So I'm also like kind of leaning down because I'm kind of tall, and I just knock a bunch of branches off the top of the tree.
Yep, you can easily take any of those branches back, and you have your sample from this tree. 1 remains.
Yes.
All right, and Fork, you have been donated a potion of greater health. So thank you so much, McCallwain. So you have that now. It just you know what? While you're in the room of blood and ash, there was one thing you still just didn't notice there, hidden under the tablecloth. There was this nice juicy greater healing potion.
I love it, under the tablecloth.
It's just sitting there, like somebody would just hit it there. I don't know, for safekeeping.
I appreciate that I'm bleeding out, and you're just like, what's under this table now?
yes.
I only know one kind of healing. Can I can do something if you like. Produce flame.
Yeah, it's fine. No, I'm good. Nope.
All right.
All right. What's the plan for this last lightning tree?
Maybe I can throw a hand axe to try to knock some bark off of it or a branch off without our endangering ourselves with the lightning.
And if that doesn't work out, I'd like to just time it and get it down, like you're playing Mario or something. And if that doesn't work, I will try to get in there quick.
All right, so we're starting off with a hand axe throw?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and give me a good roll. We'll roll the hit.
Man, to hit?
Yeah.
That's probably better. Let's see. A 13.
Okay, yes, that will hit the tree, but I will say it's not with enough force to knock any of the bark off. It's like this tree has been petrified, so it's very, very hard. And you see
my axe is stuck there now.
Mm-hmm.
Zershal, can you get it?
Yeah. So Zershal, you watch this lightning for a while, and you think at times to be about every 30 seconds. You're pretty sure. So you're pretty sure it's every 30 seconds. So go ahead and give me a dexterity check, but with advantage since you have gone ahead and tracked this.
All right. That's bad.
With advantage.
Ah, that's much better. Okay, that was a natty 1, and now this is a nat 18. So that's 18, 19, 20, 21.
Yes, so you make it in with just the right amount of timing. You get there and you pull with all your might to get this hand axe out of the tree, and this sliver of bark is caught onto it. And just as you get out of the tree, you give it that like 1-2 tug, and you hear like booming at the bottom. You're like, ah! As it pulls out
I'm like
finally.
2 feet up on the like just 2 feet up on the whole trunk. Both hands on the thing and pull it off, roll on over.
Yes, and as you roll back, lightning strikes this tree one more time. You have collected ingredients from all 4 of these trees.
We have all these tree pieces. Let's go put them in that mechanism.
All right.
Cool.
I walk into the room with tree pieces.
Yep. All right. So all of you assemble back together again. And this room that you were in before, this is where you had seen Skulldial's desk with all of these notes that had been scattered all over the place. And again, there is that big titration machine that has that green bubbling liquid. And at the end of last game, y'all had added that cauterized blood in there, which caused like this green happy poof that had changed the solution to like a bluish kind of color. And now there is indeed another place if you wanted to add more ingredients.
No. I see you all collected 1 ingredient. We collected 4.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put the tree
Brag.
pieces in the.
Slackers.
A super weird brag.
All right. And as Zizix adds these 4 pieces, one at a time, the solution bubbles and bubbles and bubbles, and it begins to foam. Now, as you see, with the 4th final piece is added, it turns this gold sort of color. And Zizix, you actually take a step back as this thing begins to like fizz and then start to come out over the edges of this glass container. And you all hear a shattering sound and like this bright flash of light happens, and like when it begins to clear, you see that floating where the big titration machine used to be, there's this small goldish green orb that's just sort of just hovering there. And as you all are taking this scene in, suddenly you see another flash of gold descend from the ceiling, and you see Inky suspended
No,
there.
I run for the orb.
He says, "Ha, you absolute fools! Thank you for finishing this experiment. Not for Dr. Skulldial, but for me! Finally, with an elemental nexus point, House Demure can summon some of the most powerful guardians of all time!" And as this is happening, in Zizix, you're trying to run for this, and Inky is like suspended in the air and has scooped this little green ball into one of those golden test tubes.
I never got off my broom of flying.
You are running towards him, and so as this is happening, you see that he has this tube on his back that's maybe about the size of a straw, and he points it forward towards you as this is happening, and this little silver ball on the end begins to glow, and then suddenly fire starts pouring down into the room
Bad day
here.
for Zizix.
Yeah, so I need everybody to go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw as all of these bolts of fire start raining down.
Yay, I got a 20 that time.
Oh, that's
Is
very
this
good.
the destabilization thing?
No, so this is something that looks similar, but is a more a fiercer version of what you have,
Sure.
essentially.
Okay. I got an 11.
Okay.
21.
I also got an 11.
14.
Fork and can.
And
Run away from
Okay.
things together.
I like to think that Zizix is kind of flying above everybody on the broom and could have taken most of that like raining fire, but she's like, oh no, and like goes out of the way and it just like hits everybody.
Yeah, just whoops. All right. So everybody who got below a 15, you were going to be taking the full damage of this. So you will be taking
Good.
14 fire damage as all of these bolts are just peppering down from the ceiling, just exploding out of this wand. Everybody who saved takes half, so that'll be 7.
Ugh. Inky is really terrible.
Yeah, and in all of this confusion, as you all are getting burned, and this is raining down, Inky somehow manages to slip away in all the middle of this, and you begin to hear a wah, 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 warning, lab contamination alert, wah, 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 ceiling in 10, 9, and
No!
as you're looking around the room, you hear the sound of an airlock closing the doors that you came in through. And as like kind of the smoke and everything clears, you see that there is one new door on the far side of the room that it looks like somebody has just thrown open and run through. You hadn't seen that door previously.
No.
8,
I like
7,
that.
Oh,
6. All right.
Thank you for carrying me.
Yeah.
Fireman Gary style.
Yeah, Tank scoops you up in his arms and is just charging forward with you. And you follow running through this door here. And as you pass through, you see that there was a little sign on the door. It said, Inky's Lab, keep out. And and as you run through this hallway space, and then the sound of blaring and everything begins to calm down behind you, you hear a final ceiling popping sound, and you know that the door, even that you just came through, has now been sealed off. So you are forced to go down this passageway here. And then this room is very, very dark at first, so it takes a while for your eyes to adjust because you were standing in those yellow and blue lamps from all above here. But this room is illuminated by soft green glows. And as you look and you kind of get your surroundings, you see that this room is really long, and there are a bunch of these strange tanks on either side of the room that are just illuminated in this green light. And so they're like these large tubes that run from floor to ceiling. And you see that there are things that are floating inside these tanks. And then on the far side of the room, there is this very large metal mechanical apparatus.
What are the things in the tanks? I will get off my broom, I'll stow it on my back, and I will canter over to one of the tanks.
Yeah, so as you look in the tanks, you see that there are a bunch of figures that are floating inside of these, one per tank. So like in the first one here, you see that there's this pseudo dragon that seems to have like this really big like stab wound right through its chest, and it's just sort of floating there suspended in this glass. And you see also at the bottom of each of these tubes, there's like a little faucet. So you see one with the pseudo-dragon, a pseudo-dragon that you swear you've seen before, but you can't really remember.
Yeah.
And then in one, there's like a teenage boy that's like dressed in like these kind of wizard robes. He looks like he's been burnt. You see that there is a goblin floating in one of these tanks. A goblin, Zershel, that you recognize. Would you describe what the goblin in the tank looks like?
So this goblin is particularly a chunker. Definitely on the heavy set side, large honking nose, kind of floppy ears, and as Zershel immediately recognizes, no! And I go running up to it and like start pounding on it.
And as you do so, the glass is very, very thick, but you just see the slightest bob of the figure inside.
No, you son of a bitch! What happened to you?
There's no answer.
Why are you so distressed?
This is my cousin.
Oh,
I don't think it is anymore.
sorry for your loss.
Stop. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh no! You said there's like a little like faucet?
Yeah, there's like a tiny little faucet at the bottom of each one of these tanks here. So like you could get some of presumably the green liquid would come out of this tank here if you were to turn this faucet.
Turn it.
Why?
Yeah.
All the way open.
So this like green goo starts
Yeah.
to like drip out onto the, and it's painfully slow, even like unfauceted. So it would take you a couple hours to get all of this out here.
Oh God.
Did you
And
say there was a door on the other side?
there is
Grief
a door.
works in mysterious ways.
Yeah. There is a door on the other side of the room, but sort of blocking it, this other thing catches your attention. There's this large mechanical machine of some kind. And you see here now that on one side of it, there's like a chair that has like these iron straps on the wrists and like this big kind of bucket helmet piece here. And that is wired attached to this big blocky silver machine that's called a Systomatic. Has been printed in large letters on the side there. And then attached to it on the other side, there is this little box area that seems to have a green shower curtain that's just pulled around it.
I want to peek behind the shower curtain.
So there is nothing in there. It just, you see that there are these thick vents, like up in the ceiling part here. You also see that on the panel on the front, there's a large screen of some kind. I don't know if you've ever seen a screen or if this is pretty common, but there are a bunch of like buttons with different letters all over them. But
How strange. I touch it with my hoof.
And as you do so, the panel flares to light. You see all these different like colors all across the screen, and you see that this little panel opens up on the keyboard side, and up on the screen the type appears, "Place your sample."
I panic and press more buttons, trying to reset it to what it was originally.
Okay, every time you do so, and it keeps going, "Air, air, air," and then we'll go back to the screen, "Place your sample."
I bashfully stand to the side.
All right, Zizix, I need to tell you something very important, and you need to just hold it together. Can you do that?
It was like this when I got here.
We're not talking about that. Totally different thing, but
Okay.
we're gonna move on. That's fine.
All
okay.
right.
So keep your hooves where I can see them. All of the things in here are me-sized and Zershel-sized because they are the other assistants. Remember from the first thing? They're all tiny little things.
Ugh,
Inky is tiny. Yeah, Inky's tiny. They're all tiny.
stop.
They're here.
Okay. All right. I mean, we don't have to focus on that, but
That's the first thing I'm telling you about.
does that mean that I pick you up and I try to push you into the sample box?
No.
So, Can does not.
I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Okay. They're obviously, I don't know. Okay, so I'm pushing myself against it. Like, okay, I don't know how they're making these things, but they're obviously taking pieces from small creatures and turning them into assistants. So, I mean, it's a box? Is the
sample thing? So
Yeah.
it's more of like a little screen, like a pad, like maybe you would drop something onto it, like liquid or like a little piece of
Okay.
something onto
I'm
the
like, all right,
scanner.
Fork, cut me.
Well, before I do that, I'm gonna drink my potion because that fire in the other room really hurt. I'm nearly dead. In fact,
Fork sitting in a corner in the green light, like, oh my god, oh my god. All right, and you absolutely do so. Go ahead and roll and add that hit point back.
how much was it? Sorry.
It's a greater healing, so I believe that's 2d4 plus 4, right?
2d4 plus 4 is a normal healing
Oh,
potion.
it is 44 plus 4, I think.
44 plus 4. Nice.
Thank you again for the donation.
Thank you. I didn't roll awful either. Well, I kind of did, but not terrible. 10, 14.
All right, Can.
Hey,
nice.
back up to full health. Nice.
So Can, you are cutting your wound back open and putting a drop on the panel.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and as you do so, you see that your blood like gets sucked into this panel here, and the screen flashes again this happy green color. And then it says halfling at the top of the screen, and then a bunch of different options come up. So you see hair color, and then it's like mode 1, mode 2, and you can scroll through here, and it's eye color, mode 1, mode 2, scroll through, and then facial structure. So imagine anytime you play an RPG video game, like when you're doing your character creation at the beginning, there are all these options here, and halfling is flashing at the top of the screen.
Can we adjust the height? Like, can I make a stretched out version of Can?
So there are height differences, but it's like within reason. So like the tallest a halfling could be is the maximum option.
I'm just looking for anime hair as I'm flipping through.
You can definitely get some anime hair. Thank you, TK, for joining us and also for watching. You're amazing.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah, I want to make like I'm like, all right, nothing good will come of this. So like, let's just, I don't know, let's like mess it up. And I bring Tank over. I'm like, Tank, you're gonna have a brother.
All right.
Say, yeah, that is also how I feel about the situation. Yeah, can I make just like an anime ass looking halfling?
Yeah.
Like big old eyes, and they can be like bright purple, and the hair is purple, and all this other
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Absolutely.
It's just like the hair is like poofing out in all ways. Yeah. And I want to make it as short. I also want to make him as short as possible. Look over there. It's your reflection. You're very. Look at how pretty you are. And then I just like scroll it all the way down.
Yes. And as you do so, and you hit like the go button that flashes, and it's like confirm all options. It's like yes, no.
So, yes.
Yes.
I emphatically clicked yes.
All right. And as you do so, you begin to hear the sound of sprinkling liquid coming from the shower side. And then it like rains down in a torrent, and then you all of a sudden hear like this slippery kind of like clattering sound coming from the shower.
I no longer think this is a fun idea.
Oh, there's something in the shower curtain now. That's weird. And I pull the shower curtain aside.
Mm-hmm. And on the floor, you see kind of wet with some like greenish film is this anime-looking halfling body just limp on the floor of the shower.
I don't see that because I never really look down. So I'm just like, oh, there wasn't anything in there. No. And I close it.
That's okay. That's not true. So I'm gonna go.
What do you mean?
It's right there.
I looked at.
Yes, yeah, there it is. I want to.
Incredibly disturbing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's all we have.
So there is a body lying there that is completely lifeless. But
it's lifeless?
It's absolutely lifeless, but it is absolutely made to your custom specifications.
I don't think that's right. I think we should immediately burn it. That's just my personal input.
I agree. Oh my god.
I start doing like my Tinder, lighting a fire.
Yep. And you can absolutely do so.
I'm not sure how many hit points this thing's got, but I'll start filling the base of the shower with acid splash and just hope it melts.
Yeah. I mean, this thing isn't
isn't
alive, so you can pretty easily destroy it in any manner you see fit.
This is so
Sleep
dark.
Now. Sleep now. Sleep now.
I just can't. It just has his head in his hand. You're like, why did I think this was a good idea?
It was
child.
Wasn't there a part with like a chair with straps and like a helmet?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So if you go over to the other side of this machine that's sitting up there, it says in silver letters on the back of this chair, it says consciousness transmogrifier.
You think we needed
the general nope in this room is amazing.
Celeste, why you do this to me? Why you make me bring life into this world, but it's not?
Do you think that we needed to have someone and then they would be in the body of this thing or maybe some different thing that we do?
Can I ask you a personal question?
I mean, you can ask. I might not answer.
Do you like your body? You know, the way that you are? Would you rather be a little halfling or something like that?
First of all, gross. But second, I admit that it took me a long time to come to terms with being a zebra centaur. I was raised in a village of goblins, and they would often tease me for having extra limbs and stripes and also horse parts.
Well, I mean, it is pretty funny.
But I can't help but be a zebra centaur.
I don't think that was helping there.
Or I couldn't until now. Do you think that we could make me a goblin? Like everybody else that I know?
In the background, Ken's like, I don't like messing with. Am I a necromancer? I might be. I might be. I've done too many dark things today.
I wasn't expecting that answer, to be honest. It was a lot deeper than I thought.
Everybody's hearts are just broken right now, and like we're just staring at Zizix like, oh, you're beautiful.
Do you want to be a goblin?
I've always wanted to be a goblin. I just want to be normal.
I mean, but you're tall. That's like kind of cool.
It is, but I would always be surrounded by goblins, and I wouldn't always notice them because they're so tiny, and sometimes they would play tricks on me. That's why I'm so scared of small things.
I mean, that's kind of a goblin thing. Have you tried looking down?
I don't understand what you said.
Like, okay, look, watch my head, right? My head.
Okay.
Staring up at you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
This way. Yeah.
I lost you somewhere in the middle there.
Okay. Fork, come here. And I do the same motion with Fork's head. Like I reach up and like tilt his head down.
I lift Zershel up so he can do the.
It's perfect.
I'm like trying, but then like as my head goes down, it kind of tilts to the side instead. Maybe as we're exploring the lab, we can find something else alive and stick it in the machine to test it first. And if it works, then we can turn me into a goblin.
If that's what you want. I mean,
it doesn't even matter anymore. Who even cares?
Can is broken.
It doesn't even matter, apparently.
I was sort of building up to this is a horrific machine that we should burn to the ground.
Yeah,
I realise I'm starting to sound like a stuck record. But now I kind of want to turn Zizix into a goblin, but also want to convince Zizix to say a zebra's thing because, both things break my heart.
Or just burn it. Just burn it. I can't.
Oh, is that a group decision?
Well, wait.
What? No! I take one of my hand axes and I start rushing towards Zershel. Give me a part!
I'd like to disengage immediately. Just the two of them running around comically.
Give me a goblin part!
Why don't you take one out of one of the tanks?
Take my cousin!
You could theoretically take some of the goblin goo from the tank.
That's not as fun.
Fair. All right. Are
Hang
you?
on a minute, didn't you say there was liquids that come out? Why stop at goblin? We could maybe make something that's more than a half goblin, like a quarter goblin, quarter. What else have we got around here? Let's get creative.
There's a beholder in one.
Sure. There's a let's say there's a gazer in here. So there's a gazer, there's a pseudo dragon, there's a goblin, and then there was that teenage boy floating in one of the tanks.
Oh, take a little bit of each. Little sample.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to be all of this
Why
thing.
do we dabble with what the gods have only created?
Oh my god, this room broke everyone. I'm so sorry.
This is where we die.
Jen's gonna be so mad I put this in her game.
It's amazing.
Anyway, what is the plan?
Well, I imagine
Zizix-
while Zizix is chasing Zershel, Fork will be going around to the tanks and go, little bit of you.
So you're
Fork.
Fork is making a cocktail of sorts, and then Zizix. Ultimately, this is your decision. What are you choosing to do?
Zizix would like to try to like at least get like a little hair or some blood or something off of Zershel with her great axe. She's gonna stretch it out. He's like running ahead of her.
Zershel, will you allow this to happen?
I won't allow it, but she can certainly roll for it.
All right, let's go ahead and do maybe like a grapple as you like try to grab him and like get a hair or something.
I might regret this later, but I rage.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
So Zizix, make your athletics, and Zershel either make your athletics or acrobatics to try and defeat this.
I got a 25.
Oh my god!
I have to roll a nat 20. I have to roll a nat 20. Nope, that's a 2. It's close. So close.
So Zizix, you expertly bring down your great axe and chop off like a whole like part of hair. Just you get a nice clump full.
Oh no, you've got like a patch.
Yeah.
I throw it into the machine and I like jump into the chair and like try to awkwardly sit in it because I'm a horse person. And I strap myself in and I just wait. I don't know how the machines work. So I'm just sitting there.
Yeah, so the screen is flashing like confirm, confirm, confirm. If you want, you can go ahead and try to make an acrobatics to like get there and then like get back into the chair really quick. Typically this is a 2-person thing, but
yeah, I guess I will do that. Or actually I'll say, guys, please, this is everything I've ever wanted.
Yeah, I'll come back. I'm like, you want to play gods? Fine.
Oh, Cat, it's so broke.
Yeah, all right. So Zizix, you lay down in this chair awkwardly, but you manage to make it work. And Can, you press that confirm button, and you see this like bolt of light like come down over this chair, and this blue crackling electricity flow from the chair. You see Zizix goes completely limp as this happens, and blue travels up into the main machine while the sound of liquid is pouring down from the shower. And then everything goes really, really quiet.
Can I please describe what I look like?
Absolutely. As you pull back the curtain, what do we see, Zizix?
You guys see a small half goblin, half zebra. So she's basically just replaced the top bit, and she's like all wet, and she slowly stands up on her zebra legs, and she looks so happy, and she says, "I'm normal now."
I'd like
4 foot high.
Saving throw and puke.
Yeah.
I feel better about what I did. So.
So she's just like a little goblin zebra centaur.
It's
Just like you now, Zershel.
Yeah, Zershel. You're
just like me. Oh, Clayton.
This is amazing. I don't...
I think Fork's face is just like mine. Didn't really know what to do.
So now Zizix's old body is just slumped in that chair, completely lifeless. So if you want, you can go and take all your equipment and everything back and just...
I'm gonna march over and I'll be like, look at this freak. I'm gonna get all my stuff.
And there is a door leading out of this room. And Inky has run away somewhere with your experiment, but Zizix is just happy as can be. Oh my gosh.
I'd like to ask the group if we're done doing this. I would super love to be done.
Look, but before we go though, I have to see what the combination of all of them look like.
Okay.
Please do it. Why not?
So for this, go ahead and roll me a d4.
Can is gonna face the wall entirely.
Okay. All right. So with a 1, what comes out of this shower is like a weird. So maybe this is just something that Zizix just proved. The top of this thing is a pseudo dragon that's running around on like these little goblin legs that like falls and just slumps out onto the shower here. It's this weird amalgamation of just different parts that doesn't look quite right.
Wait, but it's moving? It's alive?
No, it just
okay.
So since there's no consciousness in the body, it just falls.
I'm kind of like picking it up and like trying to hold it up so we can see the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I'm super glad that we didn't touch the machine anymore. I'm so glad that that's what's happening right now.
It's okay, Ken. Just keep looking the other way. Acid bath.
We learned some dark things here in the lab today.
God.
I think I'm done with the machine now.
I thought I was gonna have an anime child. This is so bad.
Science is dark, young man. That's what you should learn from this module.
Who said that? Where did that come
The
from?
loudspeaker.
I wonder though,
What?
Can, if you want, you could put tank in something.
No, thank you.
I cannot get wet.
Yeah, Fork. Dude, he can't get wet. So,
Correct.
so I guess we're done and we didn't do anything more.
Ed,
I have to go through the door. I can't.
there's a
All right,
door.
So you head towards this door. Oh boy. Thank you all for being wonderful. All right. So as you open up this door, you see on the other side a very, very familiar room. It is this completely all white room with all of the shattered remains of just a bunch of different stuff on the floor. So somehow this room, Inky's lab, has linked you back to this break room that you were in before. Everything looks as it did previously. There's still
Everything
shattered.
looks a little bigger.
Mhm.
Like that other room, though.
Yeah, everything is still shattered here, except with one exception. You begin to hear coming from the other side of the room, and you see that your friend Snack has been tied down to the floor, like Gulliver's Travel style. He's laying down and has all of these, like, ropes across him, and he's going, and he has this handkerchief thing over his mouth, and you all begin to hear clanging sounds, like of glass. And you see that these swirling piles begin to form out of the shattered remains of dishes as they come together, and they make these small humanoid shapes completely made out of like bent silverware and these crushed pieces of porcelain. And they all begin to chatter, and you hear that clanging sound again as they do so. And they say together in chorus, "Weh-heh-heh, you cuts us all day with your knives. Now it's times to dies." And they begin to charge towards you all.
You have terrible grammar.
All right, everybody go ahead and roll some initiative.
All right.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Nice. Non-nat 20.
Okay.
Oh yeah, unnatural nat 20. Look at us.
Non-nat 20.
Can and Fork doing things
Wait.
together. We got
All
him.
three of you did?
And Zershel
Yeah.
as well.
What?
Roll a
What the
17
heck?
plus 3.
That's weird.
19 plus 1.
17
Well,
plus 3.
I got a 12, so I'll let you all go first.
You gotta get used to those little legs, right?
This is weird. All right, and let me go ahead and...
It seems that everyone who touched the machine is not slowed down.
Wow.
I'm a
Okay.
scientist at heart.
All right, and so as this begins, and so 4 of these creatures have piled up into the center of this room here. You see that one of them hops over towards where Snack is currently on the ground, and you see it takes like a big jagged piece of plate out of its arm and starts like attacking his face, like it's trying to like carve at his skin, and you just hear like happening from that side of the room. And Zershel, you've got the first move.
So, I would like to run over to Snack and attack the one that's about to stab him.
Yeah, definitely. And this thing like turns up to you and just smiles at you, and you see its teeth are all the jagged shards of glass. Go ahead, roll to hit this thing.
Oh, that's good. That is a 20 with my rapier.
Okay. And that's definitely going to hit, but also go ahead and tell me, why does this dish creature look different than the other ones? Give it some kind of physical characteristic that sets it apart from the other 4 or 3.
This one stands awkwardly tall because it has several like utensils, so like forks and knives that kind of like twisted into these like long legs, and it's got the bottom parts of like the wine glasses that stick out. Like where the eyes are.
Yeah,
like,
so it's got wine stem eyes. Ew.
Yeah.
Wine stem eyes. Okay, so yeah, 20 will definitely hit wine stem.
Okay, so that's a 1, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is 10 points of. I never use weapons. Slashing. It's a rapier. I don't know. Doesn't say. Piercing.
Yeah.
Piercing damage.
Okay.
Poking damage.
And then as a bonus action, I would like to do the 2-weapon fighting, so I can attack again.
Yeah.
Just
definitely.
without the bonus.
Mhm. With your offhand.
Yep. So with a dagger, not as great. 13.
All right. 13 is still gonna hit it.
Okay.
And where are you attacking this thing? Like, where are you hitting it?
I can't keep hold of my dice tonight. Probably just like right in the like chest area.
Yep.
It's probably a little taller than I am at this point. So that's 4.
All right, nice. Wow.
4 points of
So
piercing.
you get some solid hits off on this thing. And as you're just stabbing it kind of in the centerpiece, you see there you're just like blowing all of these pieces of glass out the back of this thing. So like this big hole forms like in the center of this thing, and so as it does so, its body kind of swirls together and it becomes very, very small as this is happening. So the wine stems go from like being your eye level just sinking down, so now it's like staring down from you on the floor like gnarly as it's going.
I hate this place so much.
Yeah.
This is a terrible idea.
As it continues to try and carve Snack's face off. All right. And then moving along to Can, what's up? Oh, you're muted, friend.
Because I've done this before. Hello. All right. I would like to attack one of the other ones. Probably the nastiest looking one.
Yeah, why is it nasty looking? Tell me what that feature is.
I think it's because it's like a big dinner plate and there's still food on it.
Oh, God.
No one washed it properly. Like there's still like tuna casserole stuck to half of it.
Oh, casserole one. Okay, yeah, so you're attacking casserole. All right.
Yeah, so Tank and I are gonna run at this thing and be like, we're gonna clean this thing right off.
Nice.
And I have a awl, which is from my cobbler's kit, but is also my spear.
Yes.
So I'm gonna use both my hands and just like shove it into the nasty boy.
Go for it.
I got a 10. No, an 11.
That's gonna do it. Oh, an 11 is not going to hit it. Sorry.
Oh, no.
11, just short. So this thing, you come at it with this awl, and it just, it chuckles again and makes this shrieking sound of, like, glass, like, as it goes, and you see it moves, like, one of its arms just kind of jumps off of its body and, like, shifts off above its head, so it's on the other side. So now it has 2 arms on the left side there, and it totally managed to avoid your hit.
Okay. Well, I'm going to follow up because I am a monk, as you could tell from my general demeanor. I'm going to use a key point to do flurry of blows.
Go for it.
Okay. So my first one is a 15.
Yes.
And then my second one is a 10. So that's not going to do it.
No.
So at least I got 2 plus, let's see, that would be 2 plus 3. So I do 5 damage.
Okay.
And I'm a drunken monk. So once I use flurry of blows, I can disengage and just like get the hell out of there.
Nice. Yeah, you definitely do so as you punch Casserole like right in that dinner tray, and it kind of like bends it in half now, so he's like walking around with this half chest plate. All right. And would you like Tank to do anything on this turn?
Yes, I want Tank to hold that boy down.
Okay. So go ahead and Tank.
Tank, give it a hug.
Affirmative. Tank runs in there and we'll try to like scoop up all the pieces of this creature. So go ahead and roll for Tank there. He's gonna get a +7 to his athletics.
Oh, hot damn. So 16 plus 7 is 23.
Oh yeah, Tank easily does that as he goes, and he just like kind of forms his arms into like a basket shape and just scoops up like all the pieces and the plates and everything. It's just like and like holding it very close to his chest here. Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining us on the raid. You're all awesome. All right, anything else for your turn?
No, I'm just going to stumble back there, and I want to get as close to as I get away, I want to get as close to Snack as possible.
Yeah, definitely. So you can pretty much easily make it over across the room. So where Zershul is engaged with this goblin who's crouched now over the Snack, and you can definitely add yourself to that mix there. All right, and then Fork, we're up to you.
Can I have a quick reassessment? Where are the plate things now?
Yeah. So one plate thing is scooped up into the arms of Tank on one side of the room. On the very other side of the room, Zershul and Can are standing over one of the dust, or they're called dish methods for anyone. So one of the dish methods there, who is currently trying to carve off Snack's face. And then there are two that are still in the other corners of the room that haven't engaged or been engaged yet.
May I ask the size of the room?
Yeah, so the room is only like 15 by 15. So it's pretty small.
Oh boy. I'm really sorry, everyone.
Oh,
Damn
yay!
it.
Do it. This is your moment, Fork.
Everyone
This is
should
what
be
you've been
okay,
waiting for.
except for Tank. I'm going to cast Shatter.
Oh boy, Tank. All right.
Anything inorganic has disadvantage on the roll.
Yeah.
It's Dex, Constitution save or 3d8 thunder damage.
Oh my
I've
god.
abandoned my boy.
My poor
My
child. All right. So let's go ahead. I will roll.
roll.
Sorry.
All right. So so one stem eyes is definitely gonna fail. Casserole also fails. Other method. Define what makes these last two methods special that you're attacking with Shatters, Criticus.
Well, I think one is mostly forks, which I take umbrage to.
Yep. Take that one personal. Yep.
And the other one, exceptionally clean.
So clean.
Exceptionally clean. Like it looks like it's never been used.
Shiny.
It's brand new, best china.
Best China. Best China. Okay. So let's see. So Fork is going to fail, and Best China is best boy and passes.
Well, with disadvantages, best I can hope for, really.
Yep.
Everyone in the room, me included, has to make the same.
Oh boy.
Yep. Yeah. I was,
DC is 12.
Okay. I made
What
my
is-
save 23.
Dex save?
Con save.
Constitution.
Con save. Oh, balls.
I failed.
Failed.
12.
12 is the DC.
Oh, sweet.
And the damage, 14.
Plus 2.
Wait, what did Tank? What did?
Let me go ahead. So Tank on a Constitution would have like a +2. So go ahead and roll for Tank.
Oh, with disadvantage though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he failed.
Tank. Okay, so 14 damage. Oh my god. Okay.
I'm down, by the way. I'm down.
14 damage. Or is it 7 if you saved? Half.
7 if you save, yeah. I'm nearly down, to be fair.
Well,
what?
I'm like, wow, that was a cool move, and then I pass out.
So Fork, what does this look like as this happens? So 2 of the methods you absolutely destroy. Describe how this all looks.
Well, it's thunder damage, isn't it? So I think the first 2, they just like absorbed like an implosion, and then it booms, and just bits of shrapnel go all over the room, and...
Yeah, there's just this coating of dust as this porcelain just explodes. So both one stem eyes, who is just like shatters, and then just leaves this coating of white dust all over Snack. Casserole also just completely explodes immediately. But Fork and Best China are still up. Wow. I'm gonna say though, I mean, they both take a pretty heavy hit. So Fork, you blow both of its legs off, and so it moves its hands around and just starts walking towards you on its hands, like chomping now, like kind of at crouch level. And then Best China there like loses the left half of its body, and it's tottering around on like one hand and one foot at this point. Oh.
I think rest of my action, I'll probably just go and grab Can and drag him to the side somewhere.
Wow. How many points is Tank at now? He's at 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Tank also, like, just... It looks like he's just... His metal has, like, kind of corroded a little bit all around him as he's holding now this broken dust child and, like, looking. And Tank goes, Father? And is gonna, like, charge over towards Can. Oh, it's so sad. All right, but now,
We have a
Fork.
machine that can fix it.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
I hope someone can fix me. I don't know if anyone has healing spells equipped with our fun bunch here.
Yeah, we'll just
Closest-
put you in a different body. And
We'll
you'll
put you in a body that is whole.
Look
I
at your
did not
anime
trust the
halfling.
three of you.
The closest thing I could possibly do is try and use Shock and Grasp as a D-frame.
No! Oh my god,
Yeah,
okay.
let's-
clear,
let's
all
play Dungeons
clear.
and Dragons on a stream, Celeste says. It'll be so much
It'll be fun.
fun.
All right, so Fork, the dish method, comes in and tries to get some revenge. So Zershul is right there, so it's gonna go ahead and try and chomp at Zershul here. Okay. 20, not natural though. So it is going to go ahead and hit you for 4 slashing damage as it goes, and it is chomping into you. And this is the one that lost both of its legs, so it just runs up to you on its hand and just like.
Ow!
All right, and then Best China is going to go ahead and get some revenge on Fork for killing all of its friends.
Oh dear. This isn't going to end well.
Oh no! It only got an 8 to hit you, so it misses. So this is the one that's tottering only on its right side, so it just can't really find its balance, and you easily manage to avoid its swipe. And then moving down, we've got Zizix.
So as the dust settles from the shatter, Zizix's goblin eyes are like bloodshot red. She rages and she goes, "Snack break!" And she starts clopping, but it's like cute because she's tinier. Galloping across to Fork and Best China, and she's gonna try to hit Best China with her great axe.
Go for it.
So a 12.
Yes, that is the number.
Yay! So first I'll hit with my axe. 6 plus 3 deals 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
And if Best China is still up, because I galloped across the room, I can also hit her with my tiny hoofs.
Yes, go ahead and make a hoof attack.
So that's a 12 on the die.
Okay.
And I think that is a D4.
But like it's a really tiny hooves.
Yeah.
Really tiny. hooves.
I deal 4 bludgeoning damage.
That is exactly what you needed.
Yes.
How do you want to
Advance.
kill Best China?
I slash with my great axe to kind of throw her away from Fork.
Mhm.
And then I just jump on top of her and I like stomp with my hoofs. All of them.
Yep. And just as you're stomping, you're just hearing, no! Crunch, crunch, crunch. As you break them into, snack break. And Best China is no more, which leaves only Fork, the dish method, still left. Zershul, we're up to you.
All right, I will go ahead and swing my rapier at it.
All right, roll to hit.
Fudgicles, that's a 9.
No. This thing is just turning around in circles now, and it's one arm and it's one leg. Just so
Cool beans.
nimble.
I am going to as I swing and miss, I would like to pretend that was intentional and disengage.
Yeah. Ooh, whoops.
Woo! Just gonna go over here.
Yeah, you
Hey!
disengage and run away from this thing. All right, and then Can, go ahead and make me a death saving throw.
Yeah, great. You know, I don't think I've never made a death saving throw in any game, and here we are.
Wow.
14.
All right, you are good. You crawl one step closer to consciousness. Yay! We're just knocking out all your firsts on here, Eric. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. This is great.
You're welcome. All right, and then Fork, the half orc. So it's up to you.
Well, yeah, I'm sitting over Eric. I will offhandedly bonus action firebolt the Fork thing.
Yep.
19.
Yes, definitely.
So it takes 1 fire damage.
Okay.
Bad roll there. And I'd like to use my action to try and do a bit of CPR on Can, but I'm not trained in CPR, so it probably looks a bit. I suppose we can see how the roll goes.
Yes. So you firebolt off, like 1 fork goes flying and hits the wall as you hit the dish mat, but you hear it ding.
I rolled a 13, but I have -1 in medicine, so it's actually a 12. So I guess I'm blowing up the nose,
Okay.
trying to press it in the
Trying
chest.
to go
Hitting
for it.
it. Come on,
Solid
Can, live!
cordial thumb. Yeah.
You know what?
Live!
I'm just gonna say the pure passion of it allows Can. You hear a voice. You hear a beautiful half-orc voice calling to you from the beyond. And you are stabilized.
And I'm like, no, I want to go back.
Let me-
my anime son. No.
There we go. So Can, you are stabilized. This is so much.
What I actually don't know. What is stabilized?
So
Do
that
I
means-
have 0?
Yeah,
Or
you're at
what?
0, but you don't have to make any more death saving throws. So that means you're not in danger of dying, but you still need to be healed to get back up.
Nice. See,
We'll figure it out.
Numbers need roll reference.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then we've got my fork is going to go and attack your fork. Because now it's just, you know, it was meant to be. This is the fight that Fork has been waiting for. Oh, God. And it totally misses. It's just scattering again. It's having so much trouble finding any purchase on its 1 arm and its 1 leg, and misses you completely. And then Zizix, it's up to you.
Zizix is going to run in a little loop to charge. And as she comes back to the fork monster, is going to swing with her great axe again. And what's my plus to attack? A 13.
Yes.
5. Oh, plus my rage damage. 7. Slashing damage.
How do you want to destroy Mini Fork?
Yeah. I'm gonna again take the great axe and just kind of like swing and have it like crash against a wall and all the forks clatter. And then with my rage, I'm just running around the room stomping on everything.
Yep. So just in this explosion, a cloud of forks go and hit the wall and clink, 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 clink. All these dinging sounds as these bent forks now. And Zizix is doing victory laps around the remainder of this room. And Snack is still going, "Ah!" like restrained in the corner.
I'll go back and pull out the gag and cut him out.
Yeah, and Snack is like, "Oh my goodness! Oh God! I didn't know they were alive! Oh God!" And it's touching their face, and it's like got this blood trail, and they're like, "Oh, what?"
Wait. They were alive. Can we bring Can back as a bunch of plates? He probably wouldn't want that. He seemed really into that purple hair. Maybe we can bring him back as a purple hair version of himself.
Exactly the same, just with purple hair.
Yeah.
I agree. And let's give him another couple of inches as well, because when you've got the opportunity.
And you see now Tank has taken Can into his arms and is cradling his head with a big, like, robot hand. Very,
Okay,
very
Tank.
gently.
Now, Tank, I know I might have a little bit killed Can, but I also stabilized Can. So why don't you go put him in the machine for us and we'll make him all better?
Yeah, we'll just make a new version of him.
I do not know who to take orders from now.
Hold Can's face. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can I make a religion check to make Fork like his
So
orc god
blasphemous.
himself?
No!
We just weakened
It was
Bernie's
15,
body.
buddy.
Oh, wow.
Rumage comes through and is like, Fork, don't do that. Disrespectful.
All right, what's the move? Well, Can is
I think
Mhm.
I don't think we have other means of helping him. So I think, I don't know, we pluck a little bit of Can's hair and put it in the machine and make the purple anime version of him and then stick him.
Yep. So you you walk back to the Assistomatic, and you remake Can in his exact image except with purple hair. And Tank puts him down gently into the chair, and he's like, "Father, it will be all right."
Oh my gosh!
It will.
I don't
Let's get acid out of the shower first.
Yep.
Oh, yep, sorry.
And Can, you open your eyes, and you're not where you were before. You're standing nude, covered in slime.
Wow, the last thing that I remember, there was a loud shattering, and I said, that was cool. And like, why are all of you looking at me so funny?
And Tank is like, "Father," holds out his arms and bends down really, really far.
My
Try and hug
boy.
you. Oh. He pats you on the head and then
Could
stands
there have
up.
been like a cat hair that got mixed up with it or something?
He
just has a tail.
You have like a tail and ears now. Like if you really want to go super anime.
I go, ooh. Oh? Yeah.
So you are returned now at full health, exactly the same as you were before, except with purple hair.
And this really cool new voice, which I do appreciate now having.
Yeah, they did the accent selection on your character guide.
Swap. Dubbed. So sometimes my lips don't match up with my voice. But it's,
All right, so now that this has happened, a door did appear, the same door as before that led you into the break room initially, had opened back up for you after that dish method combat.
Should we to be free snack?
Yeah, so Snack
Yes.
Snack
Okay.
is having a crisis of identity.
Oh yeah,
currently.
he's upset they were alive.
He's been breaking these plates that had consciousness.
I mean, in your defense, Snack, they could have spoken up and said, "We're alive. Please don't break us."
I suppose that is true. This is all
You
very
couldn't have
odd.
known.
Perhaps I should go on a holiday.
or you could just change your hair color. That worked for me.
We could
and put
swap
my
you.
clothes back on.
We could swap you into a Dish Mephit's body, and then you can fight for Dish Mephit rights as a Dish Mephit.
He blinks at you
I'm
and,
just having a lot of fun
you know, I
being God.
I think I'm good. Perhaps I'll walk out with all of you if you are on the way out. I think some fresh air would do me some good.
Am I right in understanding that you want to take a break?
Aha! Aha! Yes, precisely. Aha! Leave the break room to take a break.
Have you seen Inky?
Oh, yes, you ran through here a few moments ago. Well, before all this chaos started. Actually, exactly when all of this chaos started.
Yeah, Inky's kind of a bad egg.
Oh, well,
We
Perhaps
made
we
a
should-
sphere and Inky stole it.
It's about summoning creatures
Wait.
from the beyond. Just usual magic garbage.
well, you should go after him. What are you doing here, standing here talking to me?
Swapping bodies.
Go! Just goodness,
Oh, okay.
go!
Gallop.
Yeah, and as you open up this door here, you feel cold air again as you exit through the refrigerator that had carried you initially into this point, and you enter out into the kitchen. And you can hear now sounds coming from outside, sounds of people, like, screaming.
Oh
going
no.
on right outside the mansion.
I gallop outside.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go to it.
All right, and as you do so, so right as you're coming out of the front door, you see that Strella is still standing there, kind of in the center courtyard here, and you see this dark shape move and like run up to her, and you see Inky now. He's got this the test tube clutched under one arm, and this sword in the other, and he stabs her like right through the calf, and you see
No!
Strella just suddenly goes down. And then you begin to spot this little like black shape descending from the sky, and this thin cord like bounces down, and you see Inky grabs a hold of it, and he's like shooting off into the sky now as you see this little like mechanical bug thing is holding down this cord for him, and he leans back at all of you and blows you a kiss.
Can I pull out my?
Fireball?
Yeah, I was gonna say short
I
bow.
want to jump gracefully onto my broom of flying.
Okay. Jump
Yeah, I
on
wanna
the
hit the
roof
rope.
line. Yeah, do a firebolt. Zershel, what were you doing to attack the
Just
roof?
a short bow.
Yeah,
or
definitely.
the crossbow. Yeah.
Can I use a key point to use Step of the Wind, which doubles my jump, and then I want Tank to throw me in the air as well.
Okay. All right, so let's start with Scrat. What did you get on that?
Nat 20.
Wow! All right. Oh
No,
man,
no,
go
no.
ahead and definitely
Let's hope.
roll that damage.
I don't roll 2 1s. 13!
Okay, wow. All right, yeah. So as you firebolt this thing, you see like Inky right as he blowed you that kiss, right? And then you like shoot onto this thing and fire travels up and down this line here. He like rocks viciously as this bug like takes serious damage here, and you begin to hear like a grinding sound as he's like trying to pull the thing up. But Inky's like holding on. He's like, go! Go! And this thing is like struggling. So let's go ahead and hit Zershel for that short bow.
22.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll that damage.
That is a 8 points of piercing.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and you're trying to hit the rope itself?
The rope, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So as you go, you hear a clanging sound. So it wasn't like a rope, it's this very thin like strand of metal. But you can definitely see it takes some damage again as this like arrow clips it, and Inky's like, stop! Damn you! And, like swinging around wildly on this thing. And then we're getting thrown up into the air?
Yes, please.
Okay. So you are pretty far away from this thing right now, but you're also a monk, so...
Yes. I figured that the combination of Tank throwing me with his +4 strength
Yes.
and the doubling of my jump with Step of the Wind would get me closer.
Definitely. All right. Go ahead and make me an acrobatics or an athletics to try and jump, like, on this thing.
Okay, acrobatics it is. Okay, I got 15 plus 5, so it's non-natural 20.
Okay, yeah, so you spring, and your robot son flies you up in the air, and your purple anime hair glints in the sun as you go, and you, like, jump on top of this little, like, bug contraption thing. So this thing is about the size of, like, it's like a really large couch cushion. So it's not huge. So you're just wrapped around this thing now. And again, the added weight of this, you see that there are spinning propellers that are keeping this thing aloft at the bottom. You are definitely like slowing this thing down as you are clutched on top of it. And Inky is like screaming from down below as he's hanging on the ground here. And then still though, even with all of this happening, this bug like makes this chuttering sound and begins to take off slowly into the air here, with Can atop it at this point. And Strella is like, God, after them! And she like hits something on her utility belt, and then you hear like this popping sound, and out of the ground, these little things begin to phase up, and they are 4 little jetpacks on the ground here. And then I'm gonna need everybody to go ahead and roll me some chase initiative.
Nice. $18.
Okay.
That dice just rolled a nat 20, so I'll leave that one aside for later.
Woo!
2! Yeah, okay. There we go.
22.
I have
3
15.
technically with my modifier.
I'm sorry, what was that, Zizix?
15.
15. And Zershel?
22.
Okay.
And
Alright. Let me go ahead and roll for Inky, who is already starting at such disadvantage because y'all are OP. Okay. Inky.
I haven't even learned Fireball yet.
Real quick. why are we doing this? Do we really care? Like, I mean,
Strella on the ground.
we're out. Like, I could just go home and
I'm a goblin now.
go live a really good life. Like, you're happy. Look at you. Like,
I feel like I owe Dr. Skulldial something for allowing me to achieve my dreams.
Yeah, and as Strella is bleeding from her leg artery on the ground, she's like, "You have to get the Nexus back! You signed a contract!"
Well, that's from Zerchel to me, and now it's like screen between me and Inky, and I'm like, Inky, I've come back, and you were once my friend, and you betrayed me.
Inky, no! You're gonna have a sky fight on top of this bug. All right. So for those of you who aren't familiar, for a chase encounter in Dungeons & Dragons, it sort of works like combat, where we're each going to go through a turn each round, except at the end of your turn, you will roll a d20 to determine if there is a complication that will occur. And this complication will affect the person after you in line. So you are rolling to determine the fate of the next person in line here. And also the way these like hover packs that each of you get, you are allowed free movement from these. So you will move at 30 feet each turn, and you also have an action. You don't have to sacrifice your movement to get an action like a normal chase here. So we're going to go around. Complications will be occurring for all of you, potentially for Inky if you guys are attacking him directly or setting this up. And we'll see if you manage to catch Inky or not. All right, so the situation as it is now, the gates have been thrown open and there are a bunch of like panicking people that are like really confused by what's going on here. And all of you now have these hover packs. So you can't like fly directly skywards, but you can hover off the ground, basically allowing you to chase and pursue Inky, who now is on top of the bug, slowing Inky down as Inky tries to fly through the streets here, down the Transguild Promenade of Ravnica. So, Zerchel, we are starting with you. What's the move here?
I guess I'll go fly towards it, and I'll just cock an arrow and fire. I'm gonna keep my distance. Like, I'm trying, but also self-preservation. I have 6 hit points left, so, just carefully engaging.
It's fine. We'll just go back into the room and you can switch bodies.
Great.
I wonder how long the lifespan on them clones is.
I know Eric's favorite part of this adventure now. So.
14 to hit.
Okay, a 14. Let me just double check here. Yes, a 14 is going to hit. Are you attacking the bug or are you attacking Inky?
Inky.
Okay. Yeah, so a 14 is going to hit.
Nice. 8 points of piercing.
Oh, God. Okay. Yep. And Inky just screams again and is just holding on to the rope and holding on to his test tube. And now he's trying to fumble that little tube that you saw before off of his back as well. So he's got a whole situation going on here. All right. And then go ahead and roll your complication dice for me.
15?
Okay. So let's see. So this is going to affect Inky, who's next in line. Got it. So as you are hovering along now, and people are just like throwing themselves out of your way as you're going down this promenade. So the promenade is sort of like a highway that travels all the way through the different districts of Ravnica. So you're seeing now that there are like shopkeepers and stalls on all sides and normal like foot traffic going on here. And as Inky is speeding around, you see this large man like step out into the crowd, and he yells up towards the sky. He's like, hey, you that Inky fella, hey buddy, you owe me money. And he starts to like run, and he like catches Inky and like pulls and like gives him a good tug, and Inky's like, no, stop, and like has this sword, and you just see this like flash of red as this guy like kind of staggers backwards, but Inky was pulled down for a turn, so he is going to lose movement here. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and roll. Okay, so no complication occurs for you, Can. It is your turn. Muted.
Damn it. Do I get one of the packs?
So I guess not, since you're on top of this bug, huh?
Right, I figured not. Okay. So I want to
So, but you do have your movement speed that you can still be
yes,
using.
yeah.
Luckily, you're a
I
monk.
figured. I would I feel like I'm just gonna punch the bug. I'm
Yeah.
already up there, and I'll just keep doing some damage.
Absolutely.
From there.
You don't have to.
betrayed me.
You don't have to roll to hit. Just go ahead and deal me some damage there. It's right there.
Yeah. Okay, so first I'm gonna okay, so that's 4. So that's 7 points of damage.
Ooh, yeah.
And I'm gonna hold on to my last. Oh, do I get all of my key points back because I have a new body?
You know, Ki is sort of like the spirit.
I figured
Right.
not. Yeah,
So
I agree.
I don't think so.
So I'm gonna hold on to my last key point, so just 7 points of damage, and I'm gonna stay on top of the bug.
This is a weird call to have to make, but yeah. All right, and you stay your ground on top of this bug here. Go ahead and roll me a complication die.
I got an 8.
Okay, so no complication occurs for Zizix, and it is your turn.
Yay! So Zizix has her broom of flying, which has 50 feet of movement.
Dang.
So am I able to catch up with Inky?
Yeah, at this point, you can definitely go ahead and catch up.
All right, I gracefully fly on my broom of flying,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna use my horse legs to try and grapple Inky.
Oh my gosh! So you're like holding on with your goblin arms.
My yeah. Oh no, all my horse legs are like wrapping around Inky.
So weird and awesome. Go ahead and make me a grapple.
Yeah. Yes. I add lots of stuff to it. A 22.
Okay, so you beat Inky. So you go ahead and you're just grappling Inky as
Yeah.
this is happening. So the bug is trying to pull forward now, and it's got Can on top of it here, and it's got Inky there. So Inky,
And I'm like trying to fly backwards.
yeah. So right now, yeah, there is no forward progress being made as this bug, and Inky's just like, stop it! I will
Took our
get
sphere.
I will get the elemental nexus. It's not a sphere. God.
It could be both.
So you definitely have Inky grappled at this point, and go ahead and roll me a complication die.
So I missed, what type of die is the complication die?
So it's just a d20 straight up and
Oh.
down.
Okay. 20.
Okay, so
I don't know if that's good or bad. Sorry, next person.
okay. And so Fork, as you are like hovering down this way, all of a sudden this person jumps out in front of you, and it's this person that's holding like this little silver and gold thing, and they've got like a little newsy hat on, and they're like, hey, oh, it's Fork, so you were allowed inside the golden test tube, huh? Well, tell me all about the laboratory and everything going on, and just shoving this like thing in your face and totally blocking your path as they're asking like 10,000 questions.
I can fly.
No, no. And they're like, they're holding on to your legs and like, come on. So
I was gonna do this no matter what the complication was, and I apologize to everyone. I'm just gonna start spinning and casting burning hands below me, like one of the Mandalorians from SWTOR, you know, just like a bounty hunter. Yes, I can fly.
all right, so people start screaming as you are burning handsing just the crowd of folks around in the streets there, and this reporter absolutely lets go of you as they take some fire to the face. No, oh my god, and they're like dropping and rolling on the ground and like patting their face, and you begin to hear like, guard, someone get the guards. This is happening.
Bring your guards, I can fly.
And with this Fork, are you trying to continue moving forward, or are you like pretty much doing
Honestly,
this?
I think Fork's just doing somersaults and stuff. He's
Yep.
forgotten everything. Already Zershal cast doubt on whether we really want to catch. And now he's just having so much fun.
So everyone else begins to pull ahead of Fork, who's now just causing chaos in the streets. And Fork, go ahead and roll me a complication die.
I rolled a 4.
Okay, no complication. All right, and then Zershal. What are you up to? So you see now that Can is dragging down the bug and attacking it from above, and Zizix has got Inky wrapped down from below.
I'm gonna go ahead and just fire at Inky.
Yep.
That slimy little bitch.
Yep.
That's not bad. 16.
Yes, that'll hit.
Not great this time. 4 points of damage.
Okay. All right, you managed to get in between Zizix's legs, like, and fire this arrow.
Sorry.
And you hear again, Inky is screaming as this is happening, and now starting to bleed profusely all over the place. So go ahead and give me a complication die.
15.
Okay, so let's see.
I hope it's not bad.
Oh boy. And at this
Oh, no.
time,
Going to be.
at this time, you see 2 golden glints in the sky as these folks start to come down with these large golden angel wings on either side, and they're like, "Halt! Halt! This is the Azorius. You are disturbing the peace. I repeat, you are disturbing the peace. Stop this immediately." And they are descending down into the middle of this scene. So, and this is something that is on Inky's turn here. So Inky is going to go ahead and cast. Yep, okay. He is going to lower his mortar tube at these 2 angels that are descending, these officers of the peace, and fire his cannon at them.
No, I squeeze him.
You do. But, so as you do, so he gets the shot off on these things and just incinerates these 2 guards. And people are like, "Oh my god!" in the streets, and you squeeze Inky, and as you do so, the mortar falls and goes flying out of his hand. So you've disarmed Inky. Alright, and then rolling my complication. Oh, this is getting so bad. So many people are screaming. Alright, and then Can.
What? You can't say that as a DM. So many people are screaming.
So many people. Okay.
Yeah, if only someone hadn't like lit everything on fire.
As the prophecies foretold.
As was
Rufus
told.
comes down and is like, wow, that was a good job, Pork. I'm
All
proud
right.
of you.
And Can, as we come to your turn, you just see like now all of this chaos is kind of moving forward in the street, and this large cart is just moving out, like pulling just at the wrong time, and clearly hasn't seen any of you, with these huge like barrels on it, and is just about to pull, and like everybody is about to crash into this cart here, and it is your turn.
Okay, so how high is it? So we would all be hitting the cart.
So everybody except the bug, you on the bug would be fine. But also the bug is attached to a low string, which is now being drug on the ground by Inky and Zizix.
Oh.
So it'd be like a clothesline situation.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of high. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Sounds fine. Can I do a investigation check on the bug?
Yeah.
I know I have cobbler's tools, and it's not necessarily the same as robot tools, but I do speak robot,
You do
and I
speak
want to try to
robot.
figure out how this thing works.
Heck yeah, go ahead and make me that check.
Okay. 9 plus. Oh no. 9 plus 0. So just 9, but I do have proficiency in cobbler's tools.
Sure, why not? You see that on the top of this thing, as you're investigating it, you see that there is a panel on top of this thing, and you're like, oh, okay, definitely. And you get your cobbler's tools out, and you manage to like pry open this panel here. It's like
Nice.
You're like, oh, like any good shoe, you know, you got to get to the sole, you got to like, you know, fix this. I know things about shoes. So
the sole of the shoe.
you go ahead and you give it that, and you pop open this panel here, and you see that there are a bunch of whirring gears and buttons and little levers inside this thing.
Okay, I'm gonna take my awl and I'm gonna jam it in there.
Just in the middle.
Yeah, I want to see something about. I think I can stop the gears and get it to drop out of the ground and drop down.
Yeah.
And then everyone will get hit by the cart.
Yep. Yeah, just with brute force. I mean, this thing, now that you've got it opened up, is a delicate machine. So you just, and as you do, you hear ch, and the things that have been suspending this bug just stop. And there's this moment where you hang in midair, and then drop immediately as this bug begins to crash downwards. And Zizix, now there's no tension on Inky, so you've been pulling and fighting on this one side, but now you're like, and Inky just kind of crushes towards you as you hear this whoo sound. And the bug and Can, you are going to crash down onto the top of this cart here. And you hear snapping sounds as all these leather straps go, and all of these barrels begin to pour off of this thing. So I need everybody except for Fork to go ahead and make me a dexterity save as these large barrels of liquor start rolling down the street.
If I'm still on my broom of flying, do I have to?
Oh, nope, you're fine.
13.
Okay.
21.
All right, so Zershel, you're fine. You totally managed to get out of the way. Can, you're gonna go ahead and take some bludgeoning damage from the fall and getting hit smacked in the face with a barrel, and now this bug kind of fell on you. So you are gonna go ahead and take 5 bludgeoning damage.
That's fine.
As this happens towards you. And your hand really hurts. It got like trapped, rolled over by one of these big barrels. So now
Oh no, my cobbling head.
All right. So now the bug is out of the sky. Inky cannot progress anymore. Zizix, you have him grappled here. And people all around you are screaming. There's fire now that's started from somewhere down the street. You're not exactly sure how that happened. So this chase is, you all have definitely won. And all these people begin to like circle in now, and everybody's like, oh my god, the Azorius, they got burned. Like, oh, somebody call the authorities. And it's at this point that Inky kind of stops struggling in your arms, Zizix, and looks up at you.
Yes. Oh, I'm gonna squeeze Inky with my horse hoofy legs. I'm gonna slap him with my goblin hands.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna try to like just shake him a bunch. Let go of the sphere.
He's like, no, I earned this. I worked hard.
I hoof Inky in the face.
And as you do so, all of a sudden, Inky stops struggling. You hear like a whooshing sound, and you see that sticking out of his neck is like this red tail of a dart that came from somewhere in the crowd. And Inky like goes really still, and his eyes begin to grow a little bit glassy, and he looks up at you. He's like, oh, see, I knew you would be my friend in the end. He like reaches up a little hand and like touches the corner of your face before going completely limp in your arms.
Well, I don't say anything because Inky can have nice last moments, but also I'm unaffected as I am not Inky's friend. And kind of shake him till the sphere appears.
Yeah, and you can get it. It like rolls right out of that little test tube that he had holding.
Yeah.
And from the middle of the crowd somewhere now, Strella like is being wheeled up towards you. There's got a bunch of people behind her in these Is-It coats that have gotten her wheelchair, and she's come up to the scene now. She's like, oh, thank God, the Nexus is safe. And she holds out her hand and is like, clearly reaching for the golden test tube here.
Well, I mean, I owe one, so I will hand them the test tube, and I will say, thank you for your marvelous inventions that have allowed me to reach my final form.
She looks at you, she's like, oh, okay. She like it's just occurring to her now that you're not the same person she met.
I am a normal goblin.
And
I push a barrel off of myself, and I'm like, I'm Cam, and with purple hair.
Yeah. That's wonderful. All of you. This is God. What a mess. Oh, and your friend Fork has been arrested. She's like looking down.
Fork, hands on. As soon as Azurius turned up, went to his knees on the cobbles, like, I know the drill.
Well, God, this is a mess. But we have the Nexus. That is good. we can work with this. Of course, all of you will receive payment, I suppose, except for Fork, who again has been arrested. And she looks back. All right. What would be best is if you all just made this go away. And she just hands out these little bags of gold to each and every one of you. Please, I would enjoy never hearing from any of you again. Please do not tell anyone that I hired you or gave you money, or we'll just make this all go away. But please just.
I'll carry Fork's
Great.
earnings. I'll make sure it's bail money.
Sure. Take care of that. And she's like, and she indicates to her people to like wheel her off as you see more Azorius start to like fly in to start handling this situation. And you all sneak off, but have successfully completed the experiments of Dr. Skulldial. Congratulations, everyone.
We did it.
You saved the elemental nexus. There was some damage caused in the meantime, but you all did it. Thank you all so much for playing. It was such a joy to get to play with all of you, and you all are fantastic. So before going, I want to go around the table one more time and tell everybody where we can all find you out in the world, where we can go and watch and participate in all your other stuff. So Scrat, where can we find you?
Oh, hi, thank you. Yeah, I was definitely a part of the Saving the Nexus. Definitely a part of that. Not in any way. Anyway, yeah, I'm Scraticus. You can find me at twitch.tv/Scraticus. At the moment, we play D&D 5 days a week, 12 hours a day. So you can tune in most times, 1 p.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m. and come 1 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. 7 p.m. next season. And find us playing some D&D over there. It's good fun. Thank you for letting me come here and play, because I don't get invited to other channels very often, and it's nice.
Well, it was lovely having you. You're welcome back anytime. And Lisa, where can folks find you?
I am Lisa. I had so much fun. This was weird. You can find me on Twitter at MercifulDM and learn about all the various D&D things I do there. Or you could check me out on twitch.tv/D&D Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific time on Tales from the Mist, a spooky Ravenloft show.
Yes, and Gnome, where can folks find you?
Hey, I am Gnome, and you can hit me up anytime on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at GnomeMedic. And I do a boatload of shows throughout the week. Tomorrow I'm on Greyhawk. Wednesdays I am on 2 channels at once because gnomes have magic and it's awesome. Rise of the Demigods on the God's Fall Twitch channel comes out. And then I DM Little Busters, which is a Tales from the Loop game on Encounter Roleplay. And then Thursdays, we're on Pro Restarters channel, playing an awesome fairy tale-esque version of Dungeons and Dragons with Little Red Dot, who is fantastic. And yeah, thank you. This was crazy. Also, real quick, Lisa. Why? I love it. I need like art of this.
I really want someone to draw a little goblin centaur zebra.
Please chat if you know anyone. Make it happen.
Oh my gosh.
Dreams come true.
And Eric, where can people find you out in the wide world?
Hi, I'm Eric Silver. I have a lot of questions for all of you. Near my body in the future. If you like what I do here, I am the DM of Join the Party, which is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast and homebrewed by me. So if you like the choices I make lots of them on that show. You can find that wherever podcasts are sold, or you can find that on Twitter at Join the Party Pod. You can also find my personal stuff. I'm mostly on Twitter at L_Silvero at EL_SALVERO. That is my name if I was a Lucha Libre wrestler.
All right, and you all should follow everybody here because they're all amazing and make just incredible content, and I was so lucky to get to play with all of you. My name is Celeste Conowitch. If you want to see more of what I do out there on the internet, definitely follow me on Twitter at cconowitch. If you want to hear me DMing and DMing some homebrew, check out my podcast Venture Maidens, which is an actual play D&D podcast. I found wherever podcasts are sold for free, which is everywhere. And then you can also this channel here. This is Nerd Immersion. So I will be back tomorrow on Nerd Immersion playing through Rise of Tiamat here, so you can see me D&D as a player, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow night. Tuesdays, you can always come back. We run a homebrew game here called Evrond that you can always check out on Tuesdays. Wednesdays, we have a show called It Builds Character, where we build popular characters from media as D&D characters. And that's it. That's the channel. So follow Nerd Immersion. Follow me at CConowitch. We won't be back next week. That'll be our break time where we rerun all the episodes of the show. But after that, we will be coming back with a module written by our very own Lisa Chen. Lisa,
Ooh.
would you like to tell us a little bit about Rats of Waterdeep?
Rats of Waterdeep is one of my favorite babies. It is a fun murder mystery adventure, but it's meant for level 1 characters in Waterdeep in the Dock Ward. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but it is heartfelt and silly and lots of chances for investigation and everything. So I hope they have fun.
Yeah, just wanted to give that little preview there. So I'm really excited to run that game. But thank you again all for all of the follows, likes, subscribes, and the donations. You all are amazing, and you're great, and have a great night, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
See you later.
Bye!
Bye.